For the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silent reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Slobozinski, the floor is yours.
Mr. Ellier,
Present.
Mr. Garcia,
Here.
Mrs. Smith Gomez. Here. Mr. Kuva, Mr. Crowe.
Present.
Let the record show 4 present, 1 absent with notice.
Thank you. I hope Mr. Kuva is having a good trip.
Yeah, too.
Can we have a motion to approve minutes, please?
Motion to approve minutes?
Second?
There was no public
Yeah.
participation at board meetings. We checked, sorry. So we have a motion, we have a second. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Any correspondence, Dr. Steve?
None at this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Yes, I'll be brief because I know we have a lot of athletic events people want to get to. A lot of our kids or your kids are running on the track or throwing discs or shots, so we'll get you over there. A couple of things. First of all, I want to wish everyone luck as we finish this school year. It'll be fast. It's going fast. I want to also tell the students, juniors and seniors, to have a safe prom. I always get nervous about 2 times whether people act like fools at either graduation or do something inappropriate at prom. And so give that warning. And the last thing we ever want to hear is something bad happens because someone's driving and drinking and driving and doing some things after prom, and we want to be really careful. So safe prom, please. Also, we won't see you until after the musical, so remind everybody Once Upon a Mattress is May 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. So if you want to see a great show, come on out. They should do a nice job. And then the last thing I want to mention is Senate Bill 1 passed, it passed the Senate 27-22 late last night. The governor has not signed it yet today. He said he's going to. He mentioned that this morning.
Governor signed it.
Governor signed it, so okay. I figured he was going to today. So I've had a lot of people ask me how does that impact Highland schools with the property tax savings. And, of course, everyone is going to be a little bit different. It's going to affect towns and, unfortunately, towns and libraries and, fire and police and so forth. But schools, in 2026, we're going to lose $709,000, which is about 15% of our operating budget. 2027, $667,900, which is 13% of our operating budget. And then in 2028, $1.4 million, which is 30% of our operating budget. So, you do the math, you figure out, tell me how do you save. And when I say operating is not your teacher salaries, it's not your fringes, it's anything to do with your technology, it's to do with your bus service, it's to be with your custodial, keeping up your buildings, those areas. And so if we're looking at having, $4 or $5 million to operate all of that, and you take away like $1.4 million, I don't know how you cut that when we're already on a skeleton crew. So that's probably massive things like transportation, and you have to look at the big picture. So it's going to be pretty drastic impact. That's in 28 for that 1.4. But the others are still pretty drastic too, 15 and 13% of the budget. But I just wanted to share that. I know a lot of other school districts around us have put out their numbers, like Lake Central, for instance, is going to lose about $12 million, and some places like that. They're much bigger than us, of course, but it's going to have a pretty negative impact. And I try not to be political up here, but I just want you to be aware of what the impact would be with that budget, that bill. So I don't mean to end on a sour note, but I did want to share, because a lot of people have reached out and they saw that passed, and what impact does that have on the school town of Highland. So that's all I have.
Thanks for that, Dr. Smith. I do want to just mention, Dr. Smith, that since you've been here, your teamwork with Cindy and now Dr. Erdlach is that you guys have done a great job trimming our operating budget to begin with, so there isn't really much fat to trim. You've been very cognizant of that. So, interesting to see what you're going to come up with.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Thank you, though. All right. We have board reports. Thanks. Mr. Elliott.
Nothing to report.
All right. Mr. Garcia.
I did not attend the chamber meeting, but from legislative liaison perspective, just know that there is movement on partisan board bills. There's a handful of bills that ISBA is tracking. I encourage you, and for anyone interested, you can go to ISBA's website to see the bills that are tracking and where they're at. I do want to mention, though, that Senate Enrolled Act 1, which Dr. Smith was just referring to, is not just impacting the school district, it also impacts the county and local governmental funding, so it's not just the schools that are going to see significant cuts in funding. We're also going to see that at the county and town level. I would just note that Governor Braun signed that 2 hours ago and mentioned that it was a historic tax reduction bill, and a reminder that that is a max reduction of $300. So saving $300 and the impacts that that's going to have. That's it. That's all I have to share. Thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Gomez.
Yep, I went to the Highland Griffith Chamber meeting on April 8th. Just a few reminders from that meeting. Saturday, May 10th, from beginning at 9 a.m. is the Fallen Officers Memorial Service at Markley Park. July 10th is the Chamber Golf Outing, if people are interested in that. The Highland Police Department wanted to remind everyone to lock their cars at night. They said especially as the weather gets warmer. And we had a guest speaker from Franciscan Healthy Access. I also attended the NICEC meeting on April 9th. We discussed the NICEC budget for the coming year. It's still a work in progress. I will update everyone as soon as we have more news. They're also working on the funding or the pay-in formula. NICEC was dropped from their current workers' comp insurance carrier because our mod rate was too high. So the rate went from $160,000 to $230,000. It's a thing that a lot of special education co-ops and special ed schools are facing right now because you're judged on a rate that they've done a lot to hopefully make it go down over the next few years, but it just hasn't reached that point yet. And field day and graduation are coming up. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Redevelopment had a special, they had a study session yesterday, and then they had a special meeting that followed the town council meeting. During that meeting, they accepted bids for the offense that redevelopment is going to pay for, that the town council would like to see, as well as the Parks Department, that goes around Main Square Park. So there's been some designs that are being kicked about, but that's been approved, and they're moving forward with that. And there's some discussion on the potential of a poured or a soft playground facility at Main Square. That too would be sort of the redevelopment commission working in partnership with the Parks Department. So the March month Parks Department meeting took place after our meeting. Just worth noting that Alex Brown has announced his retirement. Longtime Highland resident, longtime Parks Department superintendent, is retiring in June of this year. They are beginning a search for his replacement. And then Dave Byers has also resigned his position. He actually left last Friday. So we have some openings at the Parks Department. The study session was canceled for the Parks Department for April, and we'll be meeting Thursday. That is it. On the financials, Ms. Adams. Good evening.
Letter A is the treasurer report. A copy of the March's Treasurer Report was included in your board packet. I'm requesting approval of the report as presented.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Do I have support?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Vouchers.
A copy of the final voucher docket was also in your packet. I recommend that the docket be approved as well.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the vouchers.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 4-0. Donations?
All of our donations this evening are for the high school. The first one is the Highland Little League, donated $200 for baseball. Culver's donated 190 scoops of ice cream for the Seniors Honors Awards. Highland Soccer Club donated $9,000 to purchase soccer benches. John Valiska donated $500 to help pay for the high jump crossbars. I request your approval to accept those donations.
Do I have a motion to accept these very generous donations?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomez. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. How did you know? I just want to say a brief thank you to everyone who has donated, Highland Little League, Culver's, and John Bliska, and a special thank you to Highland Soccer Club. $9,000 is a huge sum and for soccer benches, and I'm sure were much needed, so we appreciate them.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for all these donations, as always. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0. I think that does it for you, Ms. Dell.
Buildings and
Hang on,
grounds.
one more.
Oh, buildings.
One more.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, buildings and grounds.
A copy of that report was also in your board packet. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. All right, on to curriculum. Dr. Erlin, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Living the dream.
Perfect. I just have professional leaves today. They're submitted for your review and recommended for approval.
Dr. Erlin, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. And thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Retirements and resignations.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've got a couple of big ones here. Some incredible people I've worked with for the last, 12 years at least. So first would be Nora Kaspricki, and I will say the 17 years, retirement coordinator of instructional technology at the high school, June 27, 2025. Kathy Mailer, after 24 years, retirement as the athletic secretary at the high school, June 19, 2025. Jason Quigg, resignation as the assistant varsity boys basketball coach at the high school, March 20th, 2025. Tony O'Hara, resignation as the assistant varsity boys football coach at the high school, March 30th, 2025. Lisa Kaminsky, resignation as the sub bus driver for the school corporation, April 7, 2025. I so recommend.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the retirements and resignations.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez and Mr. Allier. Appreciate it. Any discussion?
Mr. President, I'd just like to say a quick thanks to Kathy Mailer for 24 years being our athletic department secretary. She is amazing. Probably everyone here has talked to her at some point when they've called over to that office. She's worked closely with every parent of every athlete here, and she does an amazing job. And I also had the pleasure of working with Nora for several years, and I am so lucky, and our district is so lucky to have her here. And I wish them the best in their retirement.
Yeah, I think Nora, I asked her the other day, because she was at East Chicago a long time before here, over 40 years between the two school corporations for education.
Amazing.
That's great. Any further discussion? Yeah, I too just want to recognize, Nora, it's amazing where we've been in the last 10 years especially, right? So she was instrumental in helping us get all that set up and getting our iPad program up and running and the replacement for those and working through technical glitches as things began to happen and being that quarterback to try to get things done like RDS challenges that we've had through different vendors and such. So greatly appreciate it. And You can't say enough about Mr. Mailer. I love AD. He's a great guy. She ran that department. So she will desperately be missed. I'm certain of it. All the confidence in the world in AD. But she was great with all the kids. Some of my children through the years were actually aides in there. Lasting impression on all of them. So I wish both of those ladies nothing but the best of luck in a long, happy, healthy retirement. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You don't have to vote yes. Opposed? All right. Enjoy your retirement, ladies. Appointment.
Yeah, Jason Quigg, appointment as the 8th grade boys basketball coach in the middle school for the 2025-26 school year. Matt Hull, appointment as the assistant varsity football coach at the high school for the 2025-26 school year. And Lauren Makarakis, appointment as the assistant boys-girls swim coach at the high school for the 2025-26 school year. I so recommend.
Mr. Smith, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Take either one.
I'll let Ms. Slobodsky choose that one.
This is a tie.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
All right. That opens the floor to audience comments. Please step to the podium. You have 3 minutes, state your name and address, and please remember we're not going to speak about individual students, we're not going to speak about HR issues, and we're not going to speak about active investigations. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your warning. I don't think it's necessary. I'm Rick Paulrick, 9221.
It wasn't tailored to you, sir. It wasn't tailored to you. It was to everybody in the room.
I'm speaking on behalf of this community. I don't think we need...
I don't think they want you to speak on their behalf, but I'll leave that up to them.
I'm not speaking on behalf. I'm trying to say our reaction collectively, not the people in this room necessarily, but many people I know don't think they need that kind of warning. I just don't think we do.
Well, I think we'll...
Your opinion, my opinion, let it go.
I'll let it go, sir.
Is that okay?
I'm certain it is.
Rick Paulrick, 9221 Parkway Drive. I noticed that we've got between the dates of April 14 and May the 2nd of this year, 2025, ending at 1 p.m. on that particular date, these openings now exist. Kindergarten, 60 seats. That is an extraordinarily large number. I'm not going to look for any reply because I don't usually get a reply. I'm just going to simply say, no, I've been through this for 50 years. I've been doing this for a long time, longer than you've been on this board. 60 positions is open. That's, to my opinion, that's about a teacher and a half. You figure 20 for the morning session, 20 for the afternoon session, that's a teacher, and then 20 more, that's where your 60 comes into play. And 26 is about the size, maybe a little bit high. In first grade, I think the number is it 22 or 23 students? That's a half a teacher. It's kind of like, it's really a large number. I don't blame anybody. I'm simply saying it's a very large number. And it gets my attention. Now, this is bandied about almost at every meeting. Comments are made. Now, whether you view them as a positive comment or a negative comment is an irrelevancy. I'm simply saying we talk about the state legislature. The governor's name gets played up here over and over and over again. I'm not saying it's positive. I'm not saying it's negative. I have my opinion. But it seems to me it would be more productive. And I will take this upon myself as a personal mission. Rick Paulrick will take this as a personal mission. I will interact with Mr. Deneau. He is a Senate 1 representative for this area. He represents our community. We've got Mr. Andrade, and one of the board members interacts with him quite frequently, I think. And why don't I will make an invitation to this representative to come here, the state senator, and offer his comments about these very large reductions that the superintendent has made a reference to. And I appreciate his concern. I do share his concern. And I would like to see, and whether they come or don't come is not the point. I will submit the question to Dan Deneau as to what his reaction is to how our school, not Munster, not Lowell, right here, this community right here, how are we going to react? What does he think is a solution? How does he address how we are going to react to a very large, very substantial loss of money on the operating money? And it's like, but the invitation is going to be, come here, and secondarily, if you're not going to come here, here's the question, could you give us a reply? I think that would be a very positive reaction. I thank you very much for your time.
Mr. President, if I may?
Please.
So I do believe State Senator Gernal voted no on Senate Bill 1. So
My
I think,
understanding as well.
I think, and I do believe that I, as the legislative liaison, have been in communication with State Senator Gernal and State Rep. Andrade because that's part of my job as assigned as a legislative liaison. I also know that our wonderful Dr. Smith, as a superintendent, has been doing a significant amount of conversations with both State Senator Gernal and State Rep. Andrade as the representatives in the State House, but would be more than happy to have them come share their thoughts on what cuts we're going to need to make to deal with this shortfall. But I know neither one of them were in favor of it, and I applaud both of them for standing up for their districts and making sure that this thing goes through. Unfortunately, there are only two voices, and the legislature is a big house.
And I'm pretty certain, Dr. Smith, I don't want to speak for you, but I believe you have regular meetings with multiple senators down in Indianapolis.
I'm the lobbyist, or not the lobbyist, I lobby for the superintendent's District 1, so I'm down there quite, or at least Zooming a lot, Zoom meetings, but I try to get down there as well and talk. But I will, again, I'm trying not to get political, but Senator Gernal has been really good and open to me in conversations with me. I have his direct cell phone number, and he always returns my calls, or he calls my cell phone number. And he's been very open to conversations, and I can tell you, I don't think he would disagree with me, he was very concerned about the impact of this bill and voted no. So
I might note that he also was not overly supportive of the partisan school board bill as well. I think we have,
voted no to that too.
he's been very open to having conversations with at least our school district. I can't speak for others.
Yeah. He's had conversations with me as well. Very approachable. Thank you both. I guess it's worth saying as well, every month certain comments are made that we very rarely answer questions, if at all. It's on a monthly basis. I think more often than not we end up answering the questions, just not in real time. So that being said, any other further discussion from the audience? No library updates today? No?
The libraries are going to be struggling for funding as well. I didn't mention that, sorry.
Anybody else? All right, hearing none, we'll close public comment and go to the board comments. Mr. Elliott.
Not a lot to say today. I'd like to thank everybody who donated. The Highland Soccer Club, that was a big donation. I know that they probably use our fields, I'm assuming. Do we have an agreement with them that, or is...
I don't know, I'd have to look at the...
No, they no longer use our field.
We do not.
Well, they
So
they may practice at some of the schools.
Right. So just out of the goodness of their heart, $9,000. That's great. I mean, even if we did and they benefited some from that, that is great. I like to see community involvement and coming together, because really that's how we solve things. That's how we get things done. And so I'd like to thank them for that. I'd like to thank our teachers. You know, end of the year time, it's we're doing all the end of the year assessments, and we're getting into that. It's kind of hectic. It's like the last slide, and so just like to thank them for doing a good job. I'm proud of our school system. I'm proud to be part of this board. All of my children have attended Highland Public Schools, and so far so good. Turned out great. So so thank you to the board and everybody, and great job.
Thanks. Mr. Garcia.
So good luck to all of our extracurriculars, whether it's sports or arts, and we're really getting into things, and this is a challenging time, especially for athletics, when everything's outside and we don't know what the weather is going to be like. It can be very cold, it can be very warm. I also just want to say to Kathy, thank you so much for 24 years of service here at the school town. And for Nora, I think it's easy, especially for, I know we've got a few students in the room, but there was a time when this district was not one-to-one and we did not have the technology, and she oversaw a lot of that. And there's been a lot of change over the last 17 years in the realm of technology. And to have our district where it is, that it's preparing our students for career or college success. Technology is a key part of that. So the impact that she's had on our students, where we may not see it day to day, but it's significant. So thank you and congratulations on retirement. It's going to be very difficult to replace both of those particular positions. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gomez.
I just want to wish everybody good luck with the last portion of the school year. We have one more meeting before the kids are released back into the wild of summer. I know this is tough on teachers and students and parents this time of year. Testing is tough, whether you are a good test taker or not. So I just want to tell you that we are all thinking about you and we appreciate everything you do for your students. We know that means extra snacks and extra time and extra prep and covering all those bulletin boards in your grade school classrooms and all the things you have to do. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see what the theater department is putting on, the Once Upon a Mattress. I'm looking forward to that. And again, congratulations to Kathy and Nora on their retirement. I don't know what we're going to do without them, but we appreciate all the work they've put in. Thank you all.
Thank you. I just want to echo Dr. Smith's comments to those attending prom. Be smart, make good decisions. Tell my kids that all the time. Make good choices, and do what's right. I would like to congratulate our honor students. It was the A honor roll or AP honor roll that was.
They had an A honor roll breakfast
The A honor roll
the
breakfast
other day, and then we've had the senior ice cream one, and then we had the foreign language National Honor Society induction as well.
And the normal National Honor Society
induction as well.
Yeah, so I mean it's been busy. So it's been great to see all the people that were there. Right, I missed the A honor breakfast, unfortunately, but we have a lot of students who have a lot of success, and I congratulate them because of their good grades and the effort that they're putting into it. And many of those students are, in different extracurricular activities, whether it's athletic or not athletic or multiple extracurriculars. So, they're doing a fantastic job. I would like to, again, congratulate them for all their hard work and dedication to their studies. And thanks to the teachers that helped mold them to get them in that mindset, to help make them successful. As the theater company is preparing for Once Upon a Mattress, wish them the best of luck on that. Would like to wish all of our former students in college best of luck as they prepare for their final exams. Hopefully they all carried in all that positive educational experience and they're applying it to their college world now. And as our own students are preparing for the year-end push with all the final projects and all the final exams, I wish them best of luck as they prepare for those. And also best of luck to all of our athletic teams. So it is in full force. Not a lot of rain yet. It's going to be coming, but not too much has been canceled so far. So that makes things run smoothly. And lastly, thanks to all of our school town employees for all that you do to make us successful and for everything that you do to show the students how much you care. Greatly appreciate it. That being said, I'll close the comments. We'll have the signing of official documents. Future meeting will be in this very room on May 20th at this very same time. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Second.